The reduction in the number of bumblebees can eventually cause disease and the disappearance of plants that they won't be able to pollinate. This is a real problem for concrete and glass cities. The solution for this problem might be bumblebee farms. This is a unique bumblebee farm. There are only 2 of these in Russia. You'll never see so many bumblebees at the same time in nature. They are bred to work in gardens and greenhouses. It is bumblebees that help grow greenhouse vegetables. If it weren't for these furry insects, then the deficit of local cucumbers, especially in winter, would be a sure thing for city dwellers. However, within the several years of bumblebee farming, an unexpected side effect was discovered. Healthy, strong bumblebee queens began to reproduce actively with new colonies settling around the parent's nest, slowly moving to cities. There is an opinion that bumblebees steal honey from bees, and therefore they must be destroyed. This is not true. Bumblebees are even more hardworking and hardy than bees. They are not afraid of cold and cloudy weather when tender bees stay in their hives. In addition, the bumblebee has a long proboscis and can collect nectar even in deep flowers, where the bee simply cannot reach. In search of food, the bumblebee flies at a speed of about 60 kilometers per hour and pollinates more than 1,000 flowers per night. Every morning at the bumblebee farm begins with an intimate process. Female bumblebees and males are put into the enclosure of the mating laboratory. This is the moment when the reproduction of future pollinators begins. Here is a selected mother. Males don't sting, unlike queens, but queens sting very well. Working on such a farm requires some courage. A rare day goes by without bumblebee stings. People work in red light with aggressive queens and working bumblebees. It disorients insects and they cannot attack. Each stage of breeding requires a separate laboratory. Here, bumblebee colonies are prepared to be relocated to their new owners. This is what a nest that hasn't been moved looks like. This is the outer box. We put syrup. Here it's about 0.8 gallons of syrup, almost 8 pounds. In the lower part, it's enough for the entire life of bumblebees. There is always access to it. That is, bumblebees throughout all the service period can safely drink the syrup. Why syrup and not pollen? Because they bring pollen from plants. And if they get pollen too, they won't work at all, but will only sit here and eat. The hard-working bumblebee colony raises the yield by 30 and sometimes 50%. Therefore, bumblebees grown on such a farm are like purebred horses. They are the best in their kind. Growing bumblebees here in my laboratory, I spend on their medical treatment. My bumblebees have virtually no disease. They are clean. Moreover, I breed pure lines that are genetically very strong, and I constantly do selection. I renew blood. Hence, those bumblebees which move from the farm to the city are more robust and viable, and maybe in the future, they'll also learn to survive in harsh urban conditions.